Hi everybody, I'm Ryan. Today we're going to talk about the Pauper metagame. Now this is mostly a winners metagame. It's taken from lists that are 5-0s in leagues and top 32s in super qualifiers or showcases and challenges, which we had one this past weekend, so there's a little bit more data this time around than a normal Pauper metagame. Let's jump into it. The most popular deck in Pauper is Burn by quite a bit. Now this combines the Burn strategy and Kuldotha, which are very, very similar. They're only like 12 cards apart. The second most popular is the Grixis Affinity deck, and the third is my favorite deck right now in Pauper, which is Ponza. Let's look at these three decks. The Burn deck is super straightforward. They are trying to kill you as fast as possible with cards like Monastery Swiftspear, other aggressive cards, burn spells, and they are very, very good at what they do. I think what attracts people to this format is Pauper isn't like the specialty of a lot of people. It's not really a super competitive format outside of Magic Online. So when relevant tournaments come around, often people pick up Burn because you can play it really well without a lot of reps with it. And it's a very powerful strategy, is most definitely tier 1, but it's not unbeatable. The widely accepted best deck in Pauper is Grixis Affinity, which is our second most popular deck. Grixis Affinity is a lot harder to play. It plays artifact lands and these affinity cards and cards that require artifacts to be able to sacrifice or whatnot. Being able to play a super long game with Blood Fountain, rebuying these affinity creatures, or making your indestructible land a 3/3 flyer. What this deck does is very good at drawing just so many cards and totally outcarding their opponent. Even though their card quality isn't as high as their opponent's card quality, once the draw engine gets going, they end up with just so many. The third most popular deck is Ponza. Ponza is exactly like every other Ponza deck. It's just destroy your lands, ramp my mana, and then play Big Dumb Idiots. The Big Dumb Idiots in this deck are Big Cascaders and the green initiative creature, because taking the initiative is broken in Vintage, it must be broken in Pauper. It's very good at what it does. It's especially good because some of the better dual lands are the bounce lands, and destroying a bounce land is like destroying 2 lands. Especially if they bounce their only land with a bounce land, and then you untap and destroy the land, and now they're left with no lands. You know what's worse than going second? Going fourth. Now let's look at the top 8 metagame. There are a few relevant tournaments this past weekend, and the top 8 metagame is going to look a little similar to the overall metagame. At the very top is Burn. That makes the most sense. It had significantly more players, in the meta than other strategies, but sharing second and third is Grixis Affinity and Dimir Control. Now the Dimir Control deck is really cool. I would define it as more of a tempo deck. Basically the deck is trying to draw a bunch of cards, put a bunch of cards into their graveyard, kill or counter your opponent's spells, which is where the control aspect is, and then play one of their 2 1-mana 5/5s, and then killing with their 1-mana 5/5s. It's almost like a control deck where the win condition is 1 mana, or a Delver deck that just doesn't play their win condition until turn 4 or 5. It's very, very good, very, very solid. A lot of very good players. This is their primary deck in Pauper. Now, if you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Check me out on social medias. Links are above me and in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.